wanted to do just a little bit of stuff to help for tight hips and shoulders and um, I don't know, everything that's feeling terrible up in here and here. So this will be some nice stretches that you can do. Again, you don't need any equipment or a mat is recommended. So if you've got a mat to have a little bit of light support, go ahead and grab it. And we'll get started right now. Thanks for coming. So shake out your arms, shake out your shoulders, do a nice little opening of the hips, and let's bring the arms up overhead. Nice inhale. Bending the knees, reach up overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, let it go, and then start to roll your shoulders up and back. So when you do the shoulders, it's okay for you guys to exaggerate up into here. So then lifting up into the neck and then rotating like back down and around for 2. Think of this as your non-stress time for 1, and then other way, rotate up and through. Even though I do feel silly, because I'm like, it's like here in LA, it's like everyone's like, oh, it's freezing and so cold, but I'm from Ohio, so like all my family and friends are like, that's not really cold. Where we are, it's snowing. Shake out the hands. I'm like, I get it, I remember. Then take one of your arms across and just feel that stretch, and try to drop the shoulder down. So as you're pulling across from this stretch, think instead of like up into here with the neck, pull down, and then rotate your hips towards that left side. So I've got my right arm pulled across, and then I'm rotating towards the left side. And then slowly bring yourself back centered. Shake out that hand, take your other arm, pull it under, and then bring your head over that right side, trying to feel a little bit of the release from your neck. And then slowly bring yourself back center. And do that one more time with your head. So just trying to feel a little more of the release from behind that ear. And then bring it back up center, shake out that hand, and then pull your other arm, bring it across. And just stretch and then drop the shoulder down, take a moment, maybe you gotta do a little side to side with your head. And then slowly rotate over. So this is my left arm, feeling the tricep, feeling that delt, over to that right leg. For 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. And then bring it back to your center position. Shake out those hands, drop the right arm down, take your left hand onto the top side of your head, and then pull your neck over gently, slowly. And then bring yourself back up. And then do that one more time, so you guys are just getting a little release from the neck. And then we'll come back to our center position in 2 and 1. Go ahead, shake out those hands. And we're going to pull the shoulders back for a nicer shoulder stretch. The modification, if this is one where you're just like, this feels terrible, you're going to pull the arms back like here and then drop down. But if you can, clasp your hands together, make that little clasp. And then open up the hips a little bit wider, bend the knees, and then extend, lengthen out, dropping your head down, letting the hips open up. And just letting gravity do what it's going to do to pull the backs of your shoulders and the arms. You can even nod the chin to chest. That might feel nice. But just letting those arms lengthen out. You've got about 5 seconds right here left on this one, and then we'll take it all the way back up. So if this one's really painful, you guys just come out of it. Don't do anything that's super painful. In 2 and 1, slowly round up. Think about your spine. Think about those arms coming back in and around. And then shake out those arms, and now bring the arms in front. We're going to take the forward fold again. But once you guys are in this forward fold, I want you to think about letting the neck pull over to the left side. So you're just getting that neck rotation again. And then back center, and then right side. And then go ahead, nod your chin to chest. So once you come back center, nod the chin to chest. And then take the right hand, walk it out. Take the left hand, walk it out. And then move your feet. So you're going to come back on the mat. You're in your down dog stretch. And then once you're in the down dog stretch, pedal out the right knee, so think of the top of that foot stretching, and then drop, pedal out the left knee. So the head's dropping down, you're trying to open up the hips. We're going to step forward next with the right foot. It's going to come in between those hands. So when you do it, you might need to open up the hands a little bit wider, but go ahead, step forward with the right side, drop the back left knee down. So you guys are getting the hip flexor on that bottom left leg. And you can either take, like sometimes it's nice if you take your, make a fit, like push down through both the palms and then kind of push forward more to give the hip flexor on the left a little bit more of a release. Or you can kind of pop up on the fingertips, open up the chest. Maybe it's nice to do side to side with me. It's going to feel different for everybody, but this will pull us up into the split stretch next. So just think hips are going to lift up, front leg is going to lengthen out, back leg is going to lengthen out. In 3, in 2, and 1. So tuck the back left toe under, lift up the hips, extend out, and then you're straightening this front, the front right leg. So we should feel the hamstring and calf muscle behind the knee even.
And then just take a moment here to let the head drop down to the chest. And then we'll go ahead and slowly soften that knee. Bring those feet together and then lift the butt up. And then take your arms. We're going to reach up. So when we do the reach, think of like your abs are rounding up and in. Back is rounding. Arms lengthen up, stretch. And then shake the arms out. I'll face you guys so it's not so awkward. But bring the hands now here. Hands behind head and round in your upper back. So when you do this, we're trying to pull from like all the tension, all that stuff that's like up here and stressing everybody up. Round. And then as you open, expand. Open up the chest, open up the shoulders. And then do that 2 more times. So it's just an opening up from the collarbone to the lungs and then round. Trying to give the upper back a little bit of niceness. And then open up. Reach, reach, reach. And then go ahead, round again, just feeling down. And then we'll extend the arms all the way up. Reach up toward the sky. Circle the arms back. Clasp the hands together, open up the hips. And then go back into, you got one more time for the shoulder stretch. And again, if you can't do the clasping, just pull the arms back, or you can literally like grab on to one of the wrists and then drop it on down. Lowering down, just letting the shoulders pull back. And breathe in, do a little side to side with your neck again. Pull the chin to chest. Maybe let those arms pull back another inch or 2. Try to keep breathing, just finding that niceness for your airflow through your lungs. And in 3, we'll pull back up. In 2, and 1, start to pull all the way back up. And then go ahead, shake out those arms, you guys shake out those shoulders. From here, we're going to do a pull back from the arms. So lengthen the arms up, pull back behind you, and then pop behind your lower back to open the hips up. So you're getting the hip flexors, you're getting your abs, your core stretch, and then drop it back down. Go ahead, bring those feet together because we're going to go back in the next down dog. Take the arms this time, lift up, lengthen, and then let's go back on down to that downward dog. So the forward fold, walking it on out. Those feet can be just about hip distance, and then pedal the knees out. So dropping down right side, just trying to open up hips and drop left side. And then now you get to step forward with that left foot. So bring the left foot in front, drop the right knee down. Some sides feel worse than the others, so if that's your side, just do what you can. And then make it work for you, maybe with the knuckles down, maybe the fingertips down, pop the heel up, maybe side to side with that knee and the hip flexor if that's okay. Just do what you can. Give yourself credit for getting some movement, trying to stretch out your muscles. It's not easy. Breathe, big breath in, big breath out. And now make sure that left knee is centered because we're going to tuck the back right toe under and then pop it back up for our split stretch. So in 3, 2, and 1, pop the hip up, drop the back right leg, straighten that front left leg, and then try to drop your head down. Okay, getting the good release from that calf muscle, from behind the knee even. Big breath in, big breath out. Good job, guys. And then let's go ahead, slowly make your way back down onto the knees. So extend back down, drop the right knee with the left knee, and then sit your hips and butt back and down. Child's pose, reach the arms out. Just taking a moment here to drop the chin to chest. Stretching the fingertips another inch or 2. Big inhale, big exhale. And then let's bring it on up. Palms down, knees down. So open up the knees, pulling up into that really nice C curve. So think like if somebody was standing under your mat and they punched you and stuff, you're rounding up through the spine. Your head drops. But nicer than that, something not as like aggressive. Round up, and then as you release, let the butt pop up, let your belly drop out, let your head open up. Pull the shoulders back, pull the palms of your, like heels of your hands, pull back. And then repeat it, just do it one more time. Round up. I always think of like, to try to get deeper into a C curve, or sometimes we do moves just like, okay, if there's like a hot Pop-Tart that's popping up underneath, and you don't want to get burned by it, it's got like a lot of frosting. And then it's gonna like ruin the Pop-Tart. Just then drop it out. Or something, I don't know. Whatever is gonna help you. Big inhale, big exhale. And then let's go ahead from here, you guys. We'll do just a little bit of work for the muscles. We're not just stretching, so pop it down to the elbows if you can. If you don't want to do it, just go back and stretch them. But pop the elbows down, feet extend back into your hand plank. Tighten the abs, and we're going to go for just a 20-second pom-pom, elbow. Modification is to do this from the knees. So just trying to switch left palm, left palm, lifting up. And you're trying your hardest to not let the hips shift around a bunch. Like, I hate these ones, but they're good for our arms and good for our core and, like, everything. Last 3. But I'm doing not a great job of of stabilizing. In 2, 1, hold it on the hands, you guys. So keep the palms pushing down under your chest. Lift the hips up a little bit higher. Now tap the mat, right knee, left knee. So it's that knee drop, tap, breathe. Try to look up and out. Pull the shoulders back. This is for 10, 9, 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you guys open the feet wider so you've got a wide stance position. We're going to go in for a nice, it's like a plank jack, but just be soft on the jump, you guys. So bend the knees and then pull the legs together to go a butt lift. Abs one and then open, back out. But like land like a cat lightly on like an ice skating rink. Like try to be really controlled and not like I'm going to slip all over the place or I'm like driving my feet through like gap or something. Just light, like tighten from the core, knees pull in. 5 more. Doing awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down. Sit your hips back onto your heels and then take your right arm and extend it over across, up and over across. So you're stretching through the side of your torso. And then take it, drop it down, then do the same thing left arm. So just reach up and over, feeling that external oblique, that side of your torso. I think I just said that. I don't know. And then bring it back down. We did this one earlier. Just roll the shoulders down and back for a sec. I'm going to face this way. That makes no sense to go that way. For 3, for 2, other way, and 1. And then just a little bit of waist stuff here. For 3, for 2, and 1. So send yourself up with the left knee down. Lengthen out the right leg. And you don't have to do the toe point, you guys. You can do a heel, whatever floats your boat. Pull your abs in. Now take and lengthen. So this is my right leg out. Left knee is on the hip. Right arm is going to stretch. Lower yourself down and then lift up. It's a side crunch on this right oblique. You can take, if you want, and bring this hand behind your head. So as you lower and lift, it makes it a little bit more intense. You can also lengthen out this left arm like you're being pulled apart, reach, and then extend. My brain wanders for everything, and lately it just doesn't keep anything on track, as you can tell. So I'm going to keep this hand pulling here to make sure I feel this right oblique lift. But whatever feels good for you, go ahead and do it. You've got another, just about 10 seconds on this lower on this lift. And just trying to feel the tightness on that oblique. Doing awesome. Here's your 4. We're going to hold this right arm up in 3, 2, 1. Now hold the right arm up. Look towards those fingertips. Pulse it up an inch and then down. So this is just 10 seconds. And then we'll do the other side. Here's your last 5. Keep breathing. Big breath in through that 4. It does help. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it on down, and then go ahead, just switch. Take and extend your other leg, lengthen it out. Make sure your hips are also even. Sometimes they can get twisted and thin. You want to think centering the hips, and then you can go into it in 2, and 1. Hand on the hip, hand here, but lengthen out the way. Like this one's a little bit different for me. I mean, we're not even on both sides. It's like you can't expect like one. You've got a side that's a little bit stronger, lefty or righty. And there's always an oblique, there's always a leg, or you're tighter on one side and the other. That's all right. Just try to work through here to open up and lift, and just keep breathing, lengthening and stretching. After this one, it's that little pulse up. So just trying to do what you can to strengthen on that left oblique for the next 15 seconds, and then we'll hold it. Reach, and stretch. Nice and strong. Been playing a lot of Controlled lately. It's like intense, but it's very good. So if you're looking for game recommendations, or Tony Hawk, I mean that one. Here's your 2, 1. So hopefully you can go on to a nice night and pulse it. Playing whatever you want, watching whatever you want. We just watched that. It's on Netflix, I think. I can't remember. It's Nick Cage doing the swear words documentary, but it's so funny, and it makes me feel way better. Just watch it. It's really good, you guys. But there's something to be said about like swearing during working out, like where you can get stronger, you can make it longer. Here's your 3. It sounded so cheesy, but it's funny. 2, and then there's your 1. Good job, you guys. Bring the knees back in together. Plant the hands down. Open up the hips. This one looks ridiculous, but open the knees up wider, and then go ahead and bring your elbows down. So it's like child's pose, but when we do this one, it's a groin stretch. It's an inner thigh pelvis stretch. So if it feels horrible, just go into your regular child's pose. But if you can, you guys, elbows drop down, drop the head, the knees are open wide, and then you can extend up, pushing down to the hands and lift up. This might feel terrible, but just mess with it because it's a good stretch for where everyone's tight, the hip flexors, inner thighs, and your groin, and then walk it back up. We would do these on the machines in the studios with like a light spring, and the bed could extend and open up a little bit. But you gotta go slow, or else you will not feel good. It will defeat the purpose of stretching. Just try to get another couple seconds in, and then we'll safely come on up with the knees in, toes down, take it to your forward fold. So lift the hips up, bend those knees, do a little head side to side, do a little knee, prance it out, and then we'll reach the arms all the way up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Think about vertebra by vertebra, lifting up, stretch. And then exhale and release. And then let's just do one more here. Open up the legs, open up the hips a little bit wider. Shake out those arms, just how we started. And then bring both arms up overhead. And from here, pull over on one wrist, just feeling a little more from that shoulder for 2, for 1, and then up, center, stretch, reach, and then other for 2, for 1. And then you can let the arms come down. That's it, you guys.